stands. Pure coys, everybody raise your hands. Pure coys, pure coys, pure coys.
Yes, welcome to Pure Coys. My name is Nige. As always, thank you so much for coming to my channel. Before I start, please like, please subscribe. Those little things really do mean everything to me. I hope everyone's well. How you all doing? I hope you're all good. I hope you're having a good week. It is Wednesday afternoon. The weather, as always, is shocking here in the West Country. It feels like it's been raining for the last month. I have a leak in my van, so I have to constantly put tarpaulin over it to keep it dry overnight. The joys of not having a garage. But yeah, I need to get the leak sorted really. I just got a seal gone somewhere, so I need to get that sorted. But like everything, it's all money and I don't like spending. I'm like Levy. I hate spending it, so I will just do the cheap option and put tarpaulin over it. Anyway, I haven't come to talk about my van or my tarpaulin. I have come to talk about Spurs, and I have been looking at some news today, and I thought I'd do a video. There's a few bits of news out that I thought was quite interesting, so I thought I would hop on and do a quick video. So the news I have, here we go. Let's go to the first one. Let's just get straight into it, shall we? And this is regarding our captain and our talisman, Hyun-Min Son. Now, I don't believe this news for a minute, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. FC Barcelona is considering the option of signing Hyun-Min Son to join Barca and I repeat, as a free agent in the summer. We get to that in a minute. But nothing is on the table yet. So basically, there is no news, but I'm giving it to you anyway. Hansi Flick would view his arrival positively. Well, of course he would, because he's a great player. Now, for me, this is absolute codswallop. It is typical international week news, trying to find something from somewhere that they can post. I don't see any truth in it whatsoever. And as far as I'm aware, quote me if I'm wrong, Spurs have an option of another year anyway, which they will be triggering. So there's no way Sonny will be leaving on a free this summer. If Barcelona are interested in him, they will have to offer money because Spurs will give him that extra year contract, trigger the contract clause for the extra year. So Barca would have to make an offer for him. I can't see him doing that, and I can't see Spurs letting him go. I don't think there's any way Tottenham let Heung-min Son go. Let me know in the comments what you think. I think if we were going to sell Son, it would have been a couple of years ago, or maybe even when Kane left at the same time. I think we would have got a good chunk of money from then. I don't think we would get a great chunk of money from now. I don't think for the kind of player that he is, I don't think it's worth it. I think we should look now to keep him until he retires. And for me, he's still the best attacking player we have. So why would you want to sell him? You know, we, we're not struggling to score goals, but most fans are not happy with the strike force as it is. So selling our best attacking player, I don't think would go down well at all. And I can't see it happening for any reason, really, and especially because of the revenue that Sonny brings in on his own. So I think there's absolutely no truth in that. But by all means, let me know in the comments what you think. The next bit of news, I have a stinking cold, by the way. The next bit of news is a bit on Ange, which I will bring up now. Ange was obviously interviewed, and this is what he said on the defeat against Brighton. You know what it's like before international football. The game finishes and everyone goes. The dressing room after the game is not the time to analyse. So I've been sitting on it for 10 days and I'm ready to explode when they get back into training. Now, there's some big words there from Ange. And it's interesting. I was actually talking about this to Dan from the Spurs Danalist on our show last night. And I really do think that though at the time when we lost to Brighton, it hurt a lot. It really did sting. I think it actually could be the best thing that's happened to us for our season going forward. I think it was the wake-up call that the players needed. I think it was a wake-up call that Ange needed, and I think it could serve us long term better. Nobody likes to lose, and especially in that manner. But I think the way we lost, I really do think going forward, we may look back on it and we may think, actually, that was the turning point in our season. We'll see. I could be talking out my ass, but it could be a good thing in the long term. And the last bit of news that I found, which I find really interesting, actually, is this bit of news coming out. And again, how true it is, I don't know, but I don't see why it wouldn't be true. Now, Fabio Paratici advised the Tottenham recruitment committee to sign Edison. I don't know. I cannot pronounce the second one. Bergolino. I don't know. I'm sorry, I butchered his name now. Dorgu, Calafiore, Cooper Miners, who I really wanted at Spurs. Sule, Samuel Ilin Jr. I'm not too fussed about him. Chiesa, Hincape, and Dennis Mann, who is a really exciting winger. Now that's who Paratici advised the Spurs recruitment board to sign. They signed none of those players. The last player Spurs signed, scouted by Paratici, was Radu Dragusin. Fabio still attends transfer meetings, but has less of influence, allowing Lang to lead the department. Now, for me, it just seems pointless Paratici being there, doesn't it? What is the point in him being there if every player that he puts forward is ignored? What is the point? He may as well not bother being there. For me, and I said it at the time, we have too many cooks. You know what the saying is? Too many cooks spoil the broth. I think we have too many people out there making decisions. For me, I was quite happy when it was just Paratici and the manager deciding who they would sign. Paratici putting players forward, and the manager, and probably no doubt Levy, deciding which ones they want from that. For me now, there's too many people making decisions. Lang has publicly come out and said he looks for a younger player. He wants young players to come in that can develop, and hopefully that, though he hasn't said that, that we can maybe sell for more money going forward and make a profit on. Paratici is a bit more of let's sign players that can make the team better. For me, I'd have Paratici over Lang all day long. I don't think Lang's the answer. I think we have too many people, like I say, making decisions. And I will say this now. I think within 2 years, this whole transfer committee will be ripped up and we will have to start again because I just do not see it working. It certainly hasn't worked this summer for me. We have signed too many young players that aren't even good enough for the Spurs 11, young players that struggle when they do play. Just my opinion. And young players that don't make the squad any better, for me personally. Gray has hardly played a minute of Premier League football, nor has Bergval. Odegaard did okay on his debut against Everton. Obviously, he's injured now, but hasn't looked great in the other games. But again, I'm not blaming these players. They're all young players. We're expecting too much from them. They're not players that are going to come in hitting the ground running. They're just not. So for me, our squad is weaker for that. I think we should have been signing a couple of the players that Paratici was saying we should sign. And for me, I'm really disappointed that we haven't. And in that sense, what is the point in Paratici being there? He might as well leave. He might as well get sacked, whatever. It just seems pointless. But let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think this transfer committee is working? Do you think it will work going forward? Do you think Paratici still has a role at the club? For me, if that's the case, what I've just read out to you, he doesn't, because he's being ignored. But let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to sign out for now. I cannot wait for the weekend and football to restart. I will be doing a match reaction video. I will be watching the game, reacting to anything that happens. Hopefully lots of goals for Spurs. And then I will be posting that Saturday evening. So please make sure you get and like that video and subscribe if you haven't already. Come on. And yeah, and then Tuesday I will be back on with Dan from the Spurs Analyst on episode 5 of Beyond the Lane with a very special guest. Obviously, we had Brian Daigle a couple of weeks ago, which was a fantastic show. We have another special guest on Tuesday, and every week going forward, we will be having special guests from the Spurs YouTube world. So stay tuned for that. Can't wait for Tuesday. Can't wait for the Tuesdays going forward. But for now, I will leave you and I will see you at the weekend. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay Spurs.